Okay.
Mhm.
They're
So
little
live now.
kids. Yes.
Yeah.
We are live
Mhm.
on Facebook. Live on
Yeah.
Facebook. Hello, Facebook family. This is Let's Talk Business with JParks and Kevin Ruzinda. We're happy to have you today. We hope you're doing well. Kevin is on,
Oh, yes,
and
someone?
yes, we're live. We're live. We're live. So let's see where we're live from.
We are on apostolic right now.
Great. I'll be sharing with your followers.
Okay.
Great. Okay, great to have you. Great to have you today. Let's see where we're live. Great to have you today. Having a little bit of a technical problem with the video. I'm going to refresh.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. Having a little bit of a technical. I'm sharing to your timeline.
All right.
And it is posting right now.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I can see it now.
Come on in, join us.
Yes.
So it is Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Uganda time. We are broadcasting with the entrepreneurial artist, Mr. Kevin Ruzinda. And we're happy that you're with us. I hope that you can see us and hear us. So Kevin, we've shared some of your artwork previously on. I just want to open up the interview by thanking you for coming on, and also sharing with us your beautiful gift of art. So I'm not going to do a lot of talking. Thank you, Facebook family, for coming in. Share with your followers. We will be posting this on YouTube as well. And so I want you to tell the folks a little bit about yourself and how you got started into art, and just, you have the floor.
Thank you so very much, Miss Janice. It is such a great pleasure to be here on Let's Talk with JParks. I'm so humbled to be here tonight and to share with the rest of the world and the Facebook family and all other people in the world about my art. Thank you so much. Yeah, so my name is Kevin Ruzinda, and I am from Uganda, East Africa. Yeah, we are a small country of about 40 million people. And yes, I am a born-again Christian. I accepted Jesus Christ as my personal savior. And I am also an artist. So I happen to do art in terms of painting, doing contemporary art, doing modern art, and African exotic art. Yeah, so basically I do on canvas. It can be on canvas painting. It can be murals. It can be any kind of art they can talk about, except for the wooden. But for the painting, the acrylic and oil paintings, yeah, I all do this. So briefly, when I was in 2014, I finished my high school, that is briefly senior six. And after that, I was supposed to join university, but at that time, there wasn't really enough resources in terms of school dues and everything else to go to university. So I happened to wait about 4 years after my high school before I joined university. And during that time, of course, I made sure I had to do something with myself. And I had admired doing art from the past. I had admired looking at art, but then until then, I had not done any commercial art, though I had done a little bit painting in school, like in senior four, that is middle high school. So this time I said, maybe for this time before I get to university, I'm gonna have to put myself to work. So I came to Jinja. By then I was in Kampala, so I moved to Jinja, where I met a friend who is called Biot Namaino, and he introduced me to art. So they had a store in Jinja Main Street that was selling art, like soapstone paintings and all other kinds of art. So when I got involved, in the very first place, it was like a salesman. So I was trying to help them sell out the paintings to many tourists that are coming to Jinja that visited their store at the time. And then slowly, I started to watch them paint with their dad and the other brothers. So I loved it, and already I had it inside of me. So I said, I think I can try this out. I can give this a shot. So I started slowly by learning how to paint, playing with colors, doing backgrounds, and slowly I started doing art. And then later, around 2016, I was able to make my own store on Main Street. And I have so many friends across the world that I would like to thank, those that have been buying my art in the past on Main Street, Jinja. I really so much appreciate that. And then in 2017, I joined a gallery. It's in Jinja. It's called Cooper Arts Gallery. And I was trying to improve my art and make sure every other day I put it to another level. And then by God's grace, in 2018, I started university. And of course, when I started school, somehow I had little time for my art because I had to do more of school and try to concentrate. So thank God, the other brother of mine, Bio, that introduced me to art, was still doing art on Main Street. So I could always do the paintings and then give them to Biot, and then they could sell for me while I was at school. And that's how I've been moving on with my art life slowly and slowly and slowly until now.
That's awesome. That's very awesome.
Mhm.
So with that being said, you've really been cultivating yourself and moving forward with your art. Um, what would be the most challenging thing that you could say that you've had to deal with in the time period that you've been doing your artwork and trying to get it out there to the public, and just getting people to know what type of art you do? Because I know we talked before about so many different things um,
Mhm.
that you could do with your artwork too. We'll talk a little bit about that. But what's been the most challenging thing for you?
Um, the most challenging part of it is that the market part of it. In most times, Jinja is more of a tourist area. It's a city in Uganda. We have a major city called Kampala, which is our capital city. But we also have a city called Jinja, and it's a little bit small town. But the advantage is it's a tourist area, so we have a lot of tourists coming in from across the world coming in. But then in most cases, we are on the same street as artists who are selling art. So it is only when we have a lot of tourists coming in Uganda that you are able to have people access and buy your artwork. So if there are less numbers of tourists coming in Uganda, then means you have less sales. So one of the problems that I've really faced is the marketing part, being able to reach the world, reach out to the people, even when they have not come to Uganda, to be able to see the art and engage with it and be able to purchase. But then I should also tell you, the biggest problem of all is the people's failure to value art. I'll tell you this, in most times, the people that look at our paintings sometimes, it's a challenge that we happen to be so many artists that are converging in one area. So in sometimes we have a problem of people duplicating our work. You do something nice, then somebody comes up and does something almost the same. And because they're not doing something professional, they try to lower down the prices. So before you know it, someone has something similar to what you did, but it's not really the same, and you're the owner of the idea, but then they are selling it so cheaper than what you are trying to sell it. And even to the tourists that come here, I've had a chance to explore online paintings across the world, in France, in America, across Europe. And when you check out the value that is attached on this art, it is so high, it is so highly valued. But then most of the times when we get the people coming in here, they don't
So,
really look at our art as a big input. So the biggest number underrate our work, and then they are really willing to pay less for it. So before you know it, it's discouraging because you're unable to buy nice supplies for doing the best art. So that means you have to compromise the materials you use, which affects the quality of the artwork that you do. So those two have been the biggest problems, leaving others aside. But there could be some other little ones like taxes from government and a few others like a limited local market right here that we have to depend on the international or foreign or tourist market specifically. So yes, Janice.
okay.
Mhm.
So what would you give as advice to some other young and upcoming artists that do some similar art as you, or just, doing art in general? How would you advise them to go about preparing for this gift that they have? I want to touch a little bit about it because, people see people with talent, they see the results of that, but they don't understand what it takes to get to where you are, because it can be very challenging because life still goes on.
Mhm.
So
Uh,
what type of advice would you give to a young entrepreneur, let's say an artist, how they should prepare in their life when they find out that this is something they want to pursue?
well, Janice, I need to tell you that for the people that are out there, the artists that are watching this, I need to tell you, or any other gift in general, that before you even start on thinking about how to put it on another level, you need to first believe in yourself and and discover yourself with what you have and be able to give it value before other people can value it. Because it is the value that you attach or relate to your work that other people are able to also see the value that for the work that you do. I can tell you that most of the times when I had customers, I took time to explain to them the input that I put in my work and what it takes to come up with a painting. And the biggest number of them are able to understand you at the end of the day, and they are willing to pay the right amount for the work that you have. So it starts with discovering what you got. If it's painting, it's art, you have to value it yourself first before others can start to value it. So you attach a value that you know because you know better what you put in to make sure that art comes out. So you create a standard for it and you present it out there for the people to appreciate it the way you value it. And then from there, you have to keep chasing your dreams. You don't give up because I can tell you, sometimes you are doing art and you are coming into the market, and there are several people who are doing the same thing, and sometimes they are even better than you. So if you are not really persistent, you can end up giving up and you're like, maybe I can't handle this, maybe this is so hard for me. But you have to know that in the very first place, you don't come up with the money mind of making a lot of money in a short while, but you come up with sharing what you got with the rest of the world. So you package yourself in a way that you want the world to first understand what you have, and then they can value it, and then you can look at how do you earn from it. Because by that time, they are able to understand you and even pay the value for it because you've just put it before them and they have understood it. So now they are ready to appreciate it by paying the actual value for it. And then you don't give up. You don't give up. Because let me tell you, even if you have a good gift, for example, you're a nice artist, you're a good artist, you're so talented, but you don't really take it to another level of making sure you push it and get it to where you want to see it. Then it can die. It can, before you know it, it's not working for you. I've seen so many people who are talented but are still living miserable lives just because they have failed to discover what they have and stick to it and then try to push it and know that this is where they can actually break through in their lives. Because by the time God gives you a gift, he's actually trying to open some doors for you, and he wants this gift to take you somewhere. But you have to appreciate it first, understand it, put it inside your mind and your heart, and then by the time you come out to share it with other people, you already know what you have, and you are willing to do anything possible to make sure that your gift gets to another level.
That's very good. That's very important too, because a lot of times, and as the Bible says, your gift makes room for you. And so we as individuals have to understand that you have to cultivate that gift.
Yeah.
Specialize in art, then you need to do that as well. It's a learning process, and it just depends on how you want to present your gift. And I wanted to kind of interject right here. What we're trying to do on Let's Talk Business with JParks, we have several individuals that will be coming on this program Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And we will have some alternate time zones that we'll change the time because different people live in different parts of the world. But what we really want to do is showcase young apostolic entrepreneurs in the kingdom of God. And also we'll be doing special editions of the show. Well, I will bring on people who have been in business for a number of years to give advice to people who are just starting. I'm going to be bringing on people that we're going to be talking about different kinds of topics that will be a little bit out of the box. It won't be a traditional type show. So I just want to let our audience know that that we'll be a diverse type talk show. But I wanted you to show some of your artwork because it is absolutely beautiful. And I've ordered some things myself, and I encourage other people to go on your Facebook page and check you out and get in contact with you and tell the folks how you ship your merchandise.
Come again, Janet?
Tell the audience how you actually ship merchandise, how they can get their merchandise from Uganda to US or UK or wherever.
Yeah. So like I said, in the past, we have really, as artists, I can say in general, around my community, we've been struggling with the market. And we had not come up with a way of making it easy, though sometimes we could have an advantage. Maybe, for example, if Miss Janice visited Uganda and you are my friend, and maybe I'm able to have people who have orders in your own locality, in your location, then maybe she can move with some of them. That's how we've been surviving, by the way, in the past. If you have someone who knows someone in their country and they need something, then you can have it, you can have them take it for them. Or sometimes they are willing to actually, you have someone that is taking it for you and then selling it for you, and then they send for you the money. But then during COVID-19 period, because people are not really coming into Uganda, I came to realize I had to find out ways of reaching out to people to sell my art. So I decided to start shipping these paintings to wherever the people are. So basically, in most cases, I do paintings that are on canvas. So if the painting is on canvas, just a minute, I show you something. Okay, so let's imagine this is a painting. There we go. Let's say this is the painting that someone wants, okay? Right here. So this painting is made on a frame. It's a wooden frame. While we make it, we put it on a frame. But because sometimes the tourists are not able to have a big frame into their suitcase when they're going to the plane, then we have to take care of it. So it's the same thing that we do right now. So we get to get this painting and take it off the frame, and then we roll it. So as you can see, you roll this painting just like this, and the painting remains safe and very okay. So you can roll it just like that, just like that. And there we go. So this is the painting. And so in this way, we are able to ship it to anywhere it's going. Very portable, and it can go very safely because the actual painting is inside. So this is just the outside. So when we do that, we ship. Right now, the safest way has been DHL. And I'm sure DHL reaches most of the countries across the world. So the cost of shipping depends on your location. DHL calls them zones. So if you're in the US, the cost of shipping could be different per kilogram or 2 kilograms, and then it could be different in the UK. And this information is available online. So what I do is, if you order for a painting online and I have to ship it to your country, usually you pay the shipment fee. But then we come to a point where we agree on, do we share the costs, or do we value it on the price of the painting so that it's not too much on the person that is buying the painting? And then you are able to share information in terms of the location and address and phone contact. And then we send it through DHL, which in most cases takes about 7 working days, depending on your location. And that way, it is limitless for people to order for anything. You can ask for any painting and we can make it, and we can easily ship it to your country where you are.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm having a little issue with my video camera here for some reason. I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get that. Yeah, that's excellent. I mean, for people who want to order your merchandise. Well, you know what? We are a little bit ahead of time. I offered up an hour so that we could have plenty of time. But is there anything else that you would like to say to Facebook, to the audience? We're going to be uploading this to YouTube as well, and also part of it will be on Instagram. But I think that you've given a lot of great inspiration to people who may be aspiring to be artists. And I just thank you so much for being my first guest today on Let's Talk Business with JParks. Do you have any closing remarks?
Yeah, I would have some of them, but Janice, can I use 1 minute just to show you some paintings here? Is that okay?
Oh, definitely, yes.
Yeah, so I just want to give you a small tour, Facebook, of my paintings that I have made, especially during COVID-19. One of them is this one. This is an elephant, an African elephant. I was in COVID-19 in my house, quarantine. So I chose to do a few paintings, and I just want someone who is out there to be able to know what we're talking about, because maybe they are wondering what kind of paintings we're talking about. So these are just a few examples that I have in my house right now. I also want to say that for those who want to place their orders, you can actually have your own painting that you can send in for me to paint for you. So it doesn't have to be exactly what I have made already. So press your orders, and we can be able to make for you that painting that you love the most. Yeah, so Ms. Parks, as I close, I would like to encourage the young entrepreneurs out there who have talents, who have gifts, to embrace them the most and to understand that God has gifted them with these talents or gifts to, to take them somewhere, take them to another level. Sometimes you are looking for a blessing, but the blessing is right there. So if you know God has given you a gift, doesn't matter what it is, just embrace it, love it, put all your energy into it, and don't stop going. Don't just keep going, because not even the sky is the limit. You just have to keep pushing and trust God that He who blessed you with that gift is going to make something good and big out of it. So I just want to encourage my fellow young people not to lose out, not to give up on their dreams, not to give up on their talents, and to keep being creative and innovative, because it's we, the young people right now, that can change the world and make it better.
That's wonderful. That's exactly. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on and being my guest. And I thank those of you who are going to be seeing this on the replay. Go out and get in touch with Kevin, and let's support him, and stay tuned for more with Let's Talk Business with JParks. Thank you, Kevin. Have a great evening.
Have a great evening. Thank you for having me, Ms. Janice.